You're making me stronger, making me stronger.
Hello all,
Hello,
how you
guys.
doing? Welcome to Imperial College and Republic of Gamers Summer LAN Showdown. I'm really sorry you had to experience League of Legends. I'm so sorry. Don't worry, Overwatch is here to sort everything out. How you doing, Eduardo?
I'm doing good. I'm excited. Actually, I'm not an Overwatch player, but I'll find out some new stuff, I guess.
I'm sure you will. I would like to say I'm a pro Overwatch player, top
Oh, yeah.
level, but I'm not.
believing you.
I'm not. I'm actually pretty bad, but I can still talk about it. So, the
Nice.
way we're going to be playing this today, we're going to start off with a free-for-all. That's 8 people free-for-all. Going to be made up of a mixture of Imperial College London as well as UCL. Just a mixture of both teams.
I see something is starting.
Oh, we started. Oh, well, sorry about that.
Okay.
We're watching May currently. I don't know why we have a May in the
Yes.
game. Could someone get rid of that? Come on, let's get some good heroes in. But it's good to see that we have a Tracer with 2 kills in the lead. Incredible stuff.
I'm seeing Zenyatta right now.
Pro player,
Oh,
look at
that's
that
an
headshot.
elimination.
I think Jonak's already got some competition going, but we still have the Tracer in the lead. This is big stuff. We got a bad skin choice by the Zenyatta, but we'll let that pass. We look good.
for
Oh,
now.
look at this. Pro plays by the Tracer with a gold gun. Obviously, they're a pro, let's be honest.
Skins are the best.
Okay, and
So,
so we have a retreat from the Tracer. I don't know
Yeah.
why they just let the Genji run away to the health pack. Seems rather strange. Then there goes the Tracer goes down to another Tracer. So we got. Can we see if anyway? Can we
Do
see
we have
how
2
many
Tracers in this
we
game?
have? We have a McCree competing as well, and a Widow.
now we do. Yeah.
We have a Roadhog
Yeah.
and a free for all. What's going on? That's not very fair. What? That's dirty BM. That's bad manners. Get that Roadhog out the game. What's going on? Shameful play. We want to see
Oh, that
Tracers,
was a nice
McCrees,
shot.
Widows. Come on. That was a miss of a headshot. That was a good opportunity for a
he got it,
headshot.
he got it.
Disappointing. Disappointing. But regardless, still got the kill.
Yeah.
What the?
Killing the tank.
What a play!
Elimination,
Incredible!
nice.
Amazing play! Jumps off the map and doesn't get the kill. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed. What an incredible play. Let's skip that. Right,
Nice to
Zenyatta, here
Zenyatta.
we go. Ulting Hog is getting killed by the Zenyatta. The Hog can't heal. If the Zen... Yep, good. I was going to... Oh,
Ooh.
the Zen didn't even get the kill. The
Ooh.
Mei got the kill. The kill stealing is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And we're following the Roadhog. Obviously,
Actually,
chosen the wrong skin. You want Butcher skin on Roadhog, but let's put that to one side. Low health Roadhogs now used as healing. Obviously, Eduardo, we do
Darius.
know that the
Yeah.
we do know that the Roadhog, without that heal, takes a lot more damage and is unable to recover from that damage. Nor will he take 50% less
Okay,
damage.
that's good to know. Now I know. But have you seen, like, Tracer is the first one with 9 kills.
Yeah, I don't know what second place is.
Yeah,
Um,
we would like to know actually.
But the fact that we know that the Roadhog is 8th, bearing in mind Roadhog is a tank
Yeah.
and Tracer is a DPS,
Is a
it's quite
DPS.
strange to see the Roadhog at 8th.
Yeah.
But we won't pass judgment on those players because obviously it's their first game of the day, so we're not expecting too much. Just to clarify for everyone, it's first to 50. We're playing this free-for-all. It's going to be first to 50 to allow our players to warm up. After that, we're going to be splitting up into 2 teams. And in those 2 teams, we'll do a team deathmatch with captains. So just keep your eyes on these players. We're going to try and figure out who the best players are and maybe try and talk to a few of them to see what they're thinking of their opposition. Oh,
Then
wow.
we'll
that
keep an eye
Tracer
out.
was on no health whatsoever. Did you see that?
Yeah,
no health whatsoever.
It's so good.
I'm intrigued to see how this Tracer is managing to pull away the lead. We're looking at the first place Tracer. Oh, this 5th place Tracer. Never mind.
Okay.
How many Tracers do we have on the field? Oh, yeah, McCree fell off. Pro rolling by the McCree.
I want to
Pro
see a
rolling.
Tracer killing a Tracer. Come on.
What, you barbarian? All right, we want Tracer versus Tracer here, guys. Give us Tracer versus Tracer. And wow, look, there's one clip
I
on the
think
Tracer
the best
on the
thing
Widow.
about Tracer, I've seen some gameplay, is that you can survive in any situation. You can get out in 1 second and even get back your HP by traveling
Yeah.
time. Is it true?
Yeah, well, Tracer's very dominant in these kind of game modes, but her counter is on the field. McCree is meant to destroy Tracers. With the flashbang, able to halt the Tracer.
Okay.
I'm very surprised to see that the Tracer is dominating so well. Look, the difference between first place and second place is 8 kills. That's significant in these kind of games.
That's a lot.
And to see that both first and second place are flankers with a McCree on the field, you've got to really question whether that McCree player is pulling their weight. Obviously, first game, we're not going to pass. Oh, 4 kills by the Genji.
Okay, the difference now is less.
Those 4 kills by a Genji. What was it? 2 of them were a dash?
Yeah.
That's incredible play. Astra, we've got to keep an eye on him.
Okay. We've seen a comeback.
And now, I don't know
another
if
elimination.
Astra was using that there, but he may have been utilizing the right-click melee, in which you can cancel the animation for your right-click 3 shurikens, and with the melee to do a significant amount of damage. All right, so we have the McCree here, Mick Taylor, who's actually 3rd. I believe when we were looking at him previously, he was 5th, so he is climbing the ladder. But you still have to question his ability to deal with these flankers. Obviously, McCree isn't in the best spot in the meta overall, but in this kind of game mode, he should be dominating. What do you think, Eduardo?
For what I understand, McCree is not as mobile as other heroes.
No,
is
that's
he?
true. No, he's not. He's only got a roll, and if you really think the roll is particularly mobile, then maybe it's the wrong game for you. 'cause
Maybe
it's not mobile.
I'm just a Dark Souls player, dodging, rolling, dodging.
Yeah. But generally speaking, you don't use it for for that. But we're watching May now. I don't, like I said, we have a May and a Roadhog.
I don't want to watch. Please switch it.
Get rid of the
Somebody
May. We
switch
don't
it.
want to see it. Oh, at a wall.
Oh,
Oh
come
dear.
on.
I don't really. Okay, so the May wall stood on top of the wall and did very little to exploit that. No judging. We're not going to judge yet.
Okay.
And we'll judge in about 5 minutes. All right, but we are seeing Astra closing the gap with Hurang, who is 1st. This is a Genji Tracer, both flankers in the lead. But we have to remember there is a Roadhog and a May on the field with a McCree. So to see these people really leading the pack demonstrates their mechanical ability, because we shouldn't be expecting... Oh, what...
Oh,
complete
she
miss on the
eliminated
pulse bomb.
McCree.
Complete miss, but the Roadhog still goes down. Maybe the pulse bomb is very difficult to land. I've struggled in the past landing that pulse bomb. When I say I've struggled, I don't think I've ever actually done an effective pulse bomb, but that's beside the point.
Darius, give me some more information about May. For what I understand, May can freeze enemies in place. Is it her ultimate? That one?
Well, okay, so that is May's ultimate. The idea of that is that anyone in that area gets frozen solid.
Yeah.
But the May, in this situation, Pacifist did not utilize that ult correctly. No one was frozen in that ult. So we, once again, have to highlight that perhaps Pacifist isn't as effective on Mei. We have to remember that this group of players is a mixture of supports, tanks, and DPS mains. Maybe Pacifist is a support main. It's hard for us to judge. But like I said, this is the warm-up, allowing the players to warm up, and Mei does get a kill against the Widowmaker. Oh wait, no, it wasn't even Mei! McCree stole the kill. The kill stealing is incredible. Where is the honor? Come on! Overwatch players, we need honor! Oh,
But come on,
shameful.
as long as you steal
Alright,
a kill
so-
from Mei,
so
we can accept that.
McCree did most of the damage against the Roadhog, and the Mei got the kill. All right. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's what the McCree should be doing. The McCree should be flashing and headshotting the Tracer. That is his job, to knock out those flankers. And we are seeing that he's well done. There's a second one. Second one is on the same person. And we got a high noon. That's incredible. Triple kill by the McCree. The McCree is really showing it. But he's still 10 points away from the lead.
It's a shame he does these great feats, but he dies while he does them.
Yeah,
so
he
he
just
cannot
dies.
survive to do more.
No, I think that's an issue with this particular game mode. Free for all, you're not expected to live for a long period of time. And we're seeing the number one Hurang here with his incredible
31 kills. We
incredible
might be
mechanical
getting
aim.
close to the end.
That Genji was on no health but managed to deflect the Tracer. Obviously, his difficult ability. Oh, look, he's at it again, just completely destroying. You have to admire his mechanical skill. His ability to just tear through people. Obviously, Tracer, high damage, submachine guns. And there's the ult. McCree gone. But that Hog is still there. Hog is extremely good at just taking damage because of his ability to heal past that.
I'm not seeing anything anymore. Okay,
All
now
right,
we're
Stream was
good.
down for a couple of seconds. But we are back. We are still watching the number one lead.
McCree versus Tracer.
McCree versus Tracer. Oh, incredible. The fact that he's able to knock out a McCree, his counter, it's very impressive. Obviously, McCree can be very difficult once you've used your flashbang prematurely.
He just
this is
stole a kill, I saw.
I think Hurang is extremely good. I think he's really one of the best players on the map currently, with Astra close behind.
We totally need to keep an eye out for him.
Yeah, we will do. Hopefully in the 4v4 we can see more of Hurang and Astra. We'll try and make sure they're not on the same team because that'd be a bit unfair. Hurang getting the kill on the Widowmaker.
Now we switch to Widowmaker.
Oh yeah, we were on the Widowmaker now from Threshly Mata. We have seen some of him previously. He is very promising, but doesn't seem to be pulling his weight so much in this game yet. But we have to remember it's only free for all. It's warm up, blah blah blah. So we don't want to be thinking too much.
It's very difficult to be actually far from the other players in free for all.
Yeah, because there's everyone everywhere. And there we go. So Hurang wins. No surprise there. 9 points or something away, and we're looking at Astra player of the game.
Still, Astra got the best player of the game.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice.
So if we're looking at this is the player that I was telling you about, the 4 kills that he got. Very impressive. But the thing is, I don't know how consistent Astra was. You can see the difference between Hurang and Astra is significant enough. And even then, the difference between Astra, Field, and Mick Taylor, I mean, obviously, 3rd and 4th place were very close. But the top 2 was still a big difference. I really have to question how balanced this lobby is. I mean, let's be honest.
I think
first place was so far ahead, you know?
Yeah, we'll see in the 4v4 now. We see how they can net in another team.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, we still got a couple more free-for-alls to give them a chance to really warm up effectively, but we still have to question perhaps the choices of the heroes that people were making, the skins of those heroes. As we've said, the Zen had a bad skin. That's maybe not very important to some of you, but for us here as the casters, that's very important.
Skins are important.
Skins are important. You got to look cool when you're out there in the field. But we want to watch Hurang more. We want to watch Astra. Hopefully, we can ask to see if we can get the Mei and the Roadhog switched, just to make it a bit more interesting. But like I said, we will be splitting up into 4v4s. Not just now. I think we've got one more free-for-all.
Okay. Is it to 50 again?
It is to 50 again.
Nice.
But hopefully, we'll see more of this gameplay, and then we'll be having an interview with some of the players.
I hope we'll see them play with different heroes.
Yeah, let's hope so. We don't want any Torb either. We don't want Torb, Sim. We want Sim's actually with a rework. I think Sim could be a decent pick, but we really want to see the mechanical skill highlighted by some of these players. So hopefully we can persuade them to take heroes that are maybe I don't know, better at the FFA.
Yeah.
McCree, Tracer, Genji, these kind of heroes that generally are known to have a high skill ceiling. But each to their own. Hopefully, we'll be going back into that lobby. I believe we're just organizing for a player switch.
Yes, we are.
So we'll be there in a second. So Eduardo, having just come into the game, sort of only recently started playing Overwatch, what was your take on that?
I saw something that I would never be able to play. First of all, I mean, I will be able to play Overwatch, and I did sometimes, but such a game will be too much for me, really.
I think it's definitely very daunting at first.
Yeah.
But I think once you find a hero that you enjoy, and
Yeah.
once you find a role that you enjoy, it's one of those addictive games. You just keep going back to it. I was given it as a gift for my birthday, and I've just kept playing non-stop. Not very good for my university studies, but I put that to one side,
It's
and
okay.
just trying to get better at the
University
game.
is not your whole life, you know. Overwatch is life.
Yeah, well, for me, literally, my father has constantly complained about it. But we're here now. We're looking for another FFA.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we have that last player. So we will be going to the FFA again
Okay.
now shortly. Once again, we're looking at Hurang Astra. Hurang came first last time by a considerable margin. We have to question whether Astra can breach that gap. But you also have to question why Astra and some of the other people didn't swap to the counters of Astra and Hurang. We could have seen a Winston there just to counter.
But I think you saw, for example, the first player, the first in the ranking, he was just thrashing everyone. It didn't matter whether it was his counter or not. He was just thrashing everyone.
Yeah, well, I mean, we saw him against the McCree. The McCree,
Yeah.
his mechanical aim, Hurang, is absolutely incredible. He was
Yeah,
just
yeah.
almost one-clipping a lot of the other players. So we're going to see what's going to happen now. We're going into the FFA. As we see this, I would like to remind the viewers that we're looking primarily at Hurang Astra and Mick Taylor, who was the McCree, because those people were always consistently at the top of the game.
Okay, we starting now? Yes, we are.
Right, we're starting. We're on Petra this time. So obviously it's a new map, Eduardo,
Course.
relatively new, so I don't think the players will have as much map knowledge as they did with Chateau Guillard. All right, so we've got Pacifist now on Symmetra. That's good because
Okay.
Symmetra's obviously had a change. She's a lot more
Yeah.
viable in these kind of situations. And, oh, we're seeing a
Okay.
Reaper. Astra and Reaper. So Astra the Genji
Is
last
it
time has
Astra?
swapped
Yeah, it is.
to a Reaper. Now, you have to remember, when Astra swaps onto his Wraith mode, he reloads, which is a big Reaper buff that has really brought Reaper into the meta.
Okay, we have a Soldier 76,
We have a Soldier.
which I've been told it's a pretty easy to play character, right?
I mean, it's easy to introduce yourself with Soldier, certainly, but
Okay.
obviously it's difficult to master. And now we're seeing a Brigitte. Is this some kind of Whoa, bad manners by the Soldier. That's bad manners.
So, now, Soldier 76. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's
I guess
shameful.
this player, S
Shameful.
master.
Brigitte was saying hello and the Soldier BM'd. Bad Soldier.
Oh, that's
Write it down.
McCree.
We're writing him down. Thresh.
Oh.
That's,
have a
that's
new
one mark
McCree.
against Thresh. I'm disappointed. Bad manners. But we are seeing Mick Taylor on McCree again in second place with the Soldier on first. So maybe Hurang is a one trick. We saw that obviously incredibly good at the Tracer, but we don't know whether he's still playing that Tracer or whether he's actually going to be able to compete. Oh no, we see Hurang on the Zenyatta. All right. Okay, and we've got a Brigitte. Very strong in these kind of game modes. And we have a Deadeye already. But nothing comes of it because the Reaper went into Wraith and the Brigitte had a shield up. It's difficult to use, Eduardo. Very difficult to use that Deadeye on a free-for-all because of just how hectic things is. And Hurang goes down after killing another McCree who's on the field. Hurang, obviously, it seems maybe not so good on the Zenyatta as they were on the Tracer. But
what I
Mick Taylor
see-
leading the field.
Mick Taylor and Thresh Limada. Yeah, Thresh Limada. They're
Oh, it's a
actually
McCree.
fighting for the first place.
McCree versus McCree.
Continuously.
Look at this.
Ooh, Clint
And there's an
Eastwood.
ulting Reaper with no kills. With the ult, Hurang manages to... Well, he's staying alive. And Hurang manages to knock out
Yeah.
the other McCree with his ultimate, obviously the ultimate not particularly viable in this game mode other than to get out of situations.
Yeah.
But it's worth having, I guess.
So
just as a
Zenyatta
tool.
is a support, is he?
Yeah, he's a support, but he's such a high damage support that he is viable. And you can still
Okay.
see Hureng has a lot of that mechanical aim. That headshot was quite impressive.
Yeah.
And we've got another Deadeye. But once again, no
Ooh.
kills because Deadeye is very difficult to use in this game mode. And we are seeing Hureng climb the ranks at 4th place. So maybe he struggled to get used to the Zen at the beginning, but he certainly is bridging that gap. Threshly Marta is in 1st. Which is a stark change to what he was playing previously. And Hureng uses his ultimate. That's the perfect situation. On very, very little health.
He was cornered.
Yeah, he was able to get out of that situation, but he does still suffer to Astra. He didn't go far away enough from Astra.
I
He
see.
stayed in the same spot, and Astra followed him.
I see he's trying to use his Orb of Discord a lot to maximize damage.
Yeah, absolutely, because then a person with an Orb of Discord receives 30% extra damage. So the Orb is very, very valuable, and especially good in team fights. So we're looking at the McCree again. Obviously, 7th place, not doing great yet, but I think this is the player that just joined the game. So obviously
This is
needs to warm up.
Not the
Everyone else is
best
more warmed up.
McCree, but
Oh,
Yeah,
and there
that's
we
the
go.
best
Mick
McCree.
Taylor, obviously the superior McCree, flashbangs and finishes off. Oh, we've
What
got.
happened?
Okay, so we have a player with -6. You have to question their intent.
yes.
Okay.
I think-
all right.
what?
I think we may have a troll on the field. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So now we're going to continue following the fight. Now we have a Brigitte. Brigitte's one of those heroes who really should dominate on this game mode. Like that. She's very strong with the shield, the self-healing, and the armor. I'm expecting her.
Does
to
she
be
have
further
crowd
ahead.
control as well?
She does. She does have that shield bash, which should really carry her. And there we go. We are seeing
Ooh.
how valuable or how effective she can be in those close quarters fights. But obviously, you need to get close in order to make her viable. So maybe she's just getting picked off by the long-range heroes like the McCree from Mick Taylor. But still, we are still hopeful. We've got 50. It's first to 50 with 5 minutes. There's plenty of time.
Yes.
Okay, so we are watching. Obviously, the Brigitte sneak
Brigitte.
up on the McCree.
Ooh.
This is the
But-
thing with free-for-all. You have to keep watching your back. You have to be very careful because you have no idea where someone's going to pop up from. It's hectic.
I think this Brigitte player is very good at using the shield in the right direction at the same time. The right time, sorry.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. It's very, very powerful crowd control ability. Feel is obviously has had those moments where he is really doing really well. But those moments are so rare, and we see a
Ooh.
Deadeye kill on Pacifist. I think Pacifist was low in that situation anyway. But still credit where credit's due. That was a good kill. We are going to continue watching this McCree. Obviously, this McCree still 7th, and Mick Taylor at 1st with 20. So there's still... Oh, and we have Astra 2nd again. Just shows that this match is a lot more closely fought than the last match.
Yes.
Perhaps because of the hero swaps and because obviously the map is very different, people don't know it. So there's a lot of factors that could influence this change. Also, we have to remember the arbitrary nature of free-for-all. It's not reliable as an indicator of individual player skill. So please do bear that in mind, because it's not the most accurate way of evaluating player skill. But nonetheless, we are seeing a ultimate and a stealth attack on Pacifist, who then uses the jump to get away. Oh,
But doesn't
unfortunate
manage
by
to.
Astra, and Mick Taylor finishes them off with a flashbang fan the hammer. Pretty disgusting, if you want me to be honest. And Eduardo, I do think the soldier is just jumping off the map regularly.
Yeah. Why is it doing that?
I don't know either, but hopefully... -26. That is
Again,
the distance
and
between
again.
first place and last place is significant.
I think we should interview him at the end.
Perhaps.
I
Consider
really
their
want to
take on the game.
understand.
All right, so we are seeing Hureng trying to get away from the ulting Brigitte.
Ooh.
I don't know if he can do this.
Good
Gets
kill.
finished off by Feel. But Mick Taylor did get a hit in because you saw that the Brigitte only got 97 kill participation there. So Mick Taylor once again making himself known on the field by doing damage to as many people as he can.
I think this Brigitte player, Theo, might have a great comeback.
Well, perhaps they're definitely climbing the field. And we
Yeah.
have to look, the difference between 1st and 6th place is just 12, which is a lot less than it was last round.
Yeah.
So it's very possible. And you can see Brigitte really dominates in those very, very close combat situations.
You were talking about map knowledge before. I think Theo has great map knowledge also because choosing Brigitte that has crowd control, sheer bash, means that you know you can push players off anything in this map.
You see what was
Oh.
going on there? So the McCree tried to jump off the map to deny the kill, and Theo sacrificing themselves just to get that kill.
It happens. 3 turrets.
Oh, 3 turrets.
Is that even possible?
No, well, with the new change, she can only have 3 turrets. Previously, she could have 6.
Really?
Obviously, this change in Symmetra is making her a lot more viable in a lot of these situations.
Okay.
But obviously, because people are still getting used to her, it's very difficult to evaluate her position. And we're now following Mick Taylor, the leader of the pack, but only by 1. He does have a dead eye, but he goes down to 2nd place.
We
Astra
still
now.
see Soldier 7-6 jumping off cliffs.
Astra gone down to 3rd. The 1st, 2nd, and 3rd are just 1 kill apart. That is a lot closer than last time. It's a lot more
Oh.
closely fought. So now if, we're hopefully we can see Hureng climb that ladder again. Remember, he was first last time. We've got an ulting soldier with 1 kill on a McCree and another kill on Hureng. Hureng not pulling his weight, and Hureng spawns in right there. Unfortunate, but Astra gets the kill on him. This is the thing. You need to be watching your back in this game mode. It's very difficult, and the flashbang. You see, the flashbang crowd control is perfect for controlling a Reaper ult. Unfortunate. Why did he use the ult there? You have to really question that when there's a Wraithing Reaper
3
right there.
turrets again.
Yeah, there's 3 turrets. It's not a huge issue, I don't think, in that situation. The Reaper should be able to knock out those turrets. But once again, Astra is only 1 place behind the 1st place, and he's 3rd. So there's 3 people on the same score right now. So it's obviously a very closely fought, and we've got a Deadeye from Mick Taylor that takes him into 1st place. And there's 10 seconds left, so it's a matter of whether the 2 second places can bring that up. Oh, it's 2 kills, so Mick Taylor has taken a lead of 2 kills.
I think it is safe to say that this match is much more thrilling than the other one.
And Mick Taylor takes it with 2 kills, 1 with a Deadeye and 1 at the very end to take him into the lead. And we have a player of the game from the Soldier. Threshly Marta did play a lot better this round.
Yes.
So did Mick Taylor. It was very questionable how well he was doing last map, but obviously he's really done well this time. And this is a player of the game without the use of the ult. And there we can see the kill feed with 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place very closely fought with Hureng in at 4th, not too far away. So Hureng is showing that he is not just capable on the Tracer that we saw in that 1st round, but he can play Zenyatta. Maybe not as well, but still, considering Zenyatta's a support and is meant to be placed around.
I think with Zenyatta is just not as good as with Tracer, but Tracer is just over the top for him.
I think perhaps in that particular situation on a free-for-all, Zenyatta is more difficult than the Tracer because Zenyatta doesn't have that mobility that a Tracer has. So once again, it is difficult to really ascertain the level of these players on such a game mode. We are seeing mechanical skill. So we did see Hureng's incredible mechanical skill on the Tracer and Mick Taylor's ability to really get in some of those headshots as McCree. We also have to consider players like Astra, who was consistently at the top of the leaderboard on both games. So going into the team deathmatch, I really want to be watching some of those players. Hopefully, we're going to have a change to maybe remove some of those players that were jumping off the map regularly.
Yes.
Because that wasn't exactly making for entertaining viewing. But I think a lot of the time, Feel was doing very well on the Brigitte. I thought Brigitte was very, very interesting. You could see in that close combat situation.
I hope he'll play the hero in the 4v4 as well.
Well, definitely, and hopefully in the 6v6 we can see some Brigitte play. Obviously, we want to be looking at tank compositions, but obviously it's very difficult because tanks aren't as viable in these game modes. Also, tanks in a free-for-all are considered to be bad manners because of their huge health pool. That's why a lot of the players aren't playing tanks at this point. But we are going to be continuing on to one more free-for-all, I believe.
Really?
I think we're doing one more free-for-all, and then we're going to have a short break. In that break, we are going to be trying to interview some of the key players. Once that interviews are done, we will be moving on to a team deathmatch with 2 teams and 2 captains. These captains are going to be consistent for the rest of the night, and they will be playing a variety of different games, 4v4 eliminations, and a competitive style game mode.
And we need to say the captains are going to choose their players for their teams. So they have a great responsibility as well.
Yeah, so the captains should be watching these games to consider who the most viable players are. So, Eduardo, of the players you've seen, who would you say, if you were a captain in that situation, who would you pick immediately? Who were you most impressed with?
Well, of course, how's it called? Ronga?
Yeah, Hurang.
I'm sorry. But, yeah, I would not choose the soldier that were jumping off cliffs.
I mean, I think maybe in certain situations, like if the team fight has just finished, jumping off the map does deny enemy ults. But I agree with you. I wouldn't pick the soldier, but you would say you're most impressed with Hurang.
Yeah, but I would also choose Astra, who's been consistent throughout the games.
That's exactly what I think.
Because consistency sometimes is better than just skill, you know?
Yeah, it was definitely very consistent. Second place both rounds. But also, we have to question Mick Taylor. He had a hard first match, didn't he? He was the McCree on the first match, and he wasn't pulling his weight so much. We were talking about how the flankers were just dominating, and that is Mick Taylor's job, to deal with those flankers. But in that second game, he really did pull his weight. He started to get into the groove of it. We saw how he was really getting those headshots in and dealing with some of those opponents. So, hopefully Mick Taylor...
I think he managed to figure out his own flaws and work on them in a very short time.
Definitely. I think also it's the map layout, as you've said.
Yeah.
That map knowledge, that the more close quarter nature of Petra. There are a lot more chokes, in my opinion, on the Petra map. That meant that McCree's flashbang became so much better in those situations than on Chateau. So we are moving on to one more deathmatch.
Okay.
Once again, I'm going to ask people to really type in the chat if there's a particular player that you are impressed with. But also, we are going to be trying to follow those top leading players to consider where they're going to lie in the games as they come. This is a warm-up. They are just trying to impress their captains as they pick their teams. And those teams will then go on to the team deathmatch in the 6v6 competitive game modes, which will be... taking place after this next FFA. So we are going to be moving on to the game now. We are just loading up. The lobby is filled.
See they are in the lobby, yeah.
And hopefully we will be seeing more of... I want to see Hurang's Tracer again. I enjoyed the Tracer. I thought the Tracer was really fun. I like that.
Good to see.
I like that. And Mick Taylor as well, he had those moments that were so good, and but they were just so inconsistent. That was the problem. There was just no consistency on the first map. He wasn't consistent. Second map he did well, but the first map there was just no consistency. He was very, if anything, I would say Mick Taylor was the reason why Hurang was able to get so far ahead. But we can continue our analysis later on. We are going into the game now. The lobby is loading. So we are loading the lobby.
It's starting.
All right, so we are going on to Castile. So this is a lot more open.
Spain, isn't it? Or is it Mexico?
I'm not 100% sure. But
I saw a flag. But
we do know that this is a lot more open. So heroes like McCree, because of the damage drop-off, not as effective, because obviously if they're fighting a Widow on the other side of the map. So Mick Taylor on the McCree again, and we see a Hanzo. Hurang on Hanzo. He's on a completely different hero again. Hanzo obviously very strong after this in this meta, and we do see a Roadhog.
I think Hurang is trying to be as eclectic as possible, but sometimes it's not the best choice.
That was a poor hook because there was no ammo in the gun, so wasn't able to utilize the combo, and Mick Taylor takes down the Roadhog. 600 health hero gone. Mick Taylor's looking very, very promising. But we do have two Pharahs in the field.
We have another elimination.
See, in this situation, Eduardo, oh dear.
Oh.
I was about to say Mick Taylor should be dominating those
Yes.
Farahs, but it wasn't to be. Astra on the McCree
We
this
have a
time.
Widowmaker.
Thresh did do very well last round. Thresh came second. We can't doubt that. Threshley did very well last round, and on a Widow. This is another hero that we haven't seen them on, or at least do anything consistent with. And the Roadhog just manages to take down Threshley.
It wasn't a very good situation for a Widow.
No, we have to understand that a Roadhog is very good in those 1v1 duels. He's very, very strong.
Is that a Mercy player as well?
Is that a Mercy?
I see wings.
That's Farah. Obviously, she can also fly.
Farah.
Yeah. So Farah is a flying hero that's able to use basically very, very high damage rockets and able to deliver them from a high range. We did just see
they
a
also have
Roadhog
splash
ult.
damage, right?
Splash damage, absolutely. And we've got Hureng now, who is back in first place where he was in that first map with his
Using a
Hanzo.
ball. Come on.
This is incredible play. Obviously, at close range, Hanzo isn't as viable as a McCree because of that flashbang.
Yes.
You have to question the use of that Stormbow, though. He could have used the Stormbow to take down that McCree. Obviously, it's difficult in those situations. Maybe he used it prematurely. I'm not sure. And we see a double kill by Mick Taylor with the High Noon. We've talked about how difficult that is on these game modes. And Mick Taylor absolutely destroying, climbing once again, but gets solo ulted by Pacifist. Unfortunate. I'm surprised how effective Pacifist is being in this game.
Yeah.
You've got to consider the fact that Pacifist is going up against several McCrees and a soldier that should be knocking her out the game.
And I think in the last game we didn't see much from Pacifist, did we?
No, not really. And
Okay, we have a
Pacifist
Reaper.
has swapped. Pacifist now on the Hanzo.
Yes.
So maybe that is in response
and
to
I
the fact that they're
think
being countered so much.
Yeah, Horang is soldier.
Oh, Hureng swapped off the Hanzo as
and
well.
is first.
And Concord with a double kill on Threshley and Hureng as they were fighting each other. Once again, FFA, you need to watch your back.
Yes.
Not the best skin on the Reaper. There are plenty of better skins. But once again, we have to take that to the 4v4 to really consider the overall composition of skins on the teams.
so
Hureng
now
on
we're
the
watching
soldier.
Hureng.
And there's a
Ooh.
headshot. See, once again, he's really showing that mechanical aim. That mechanical aim is
So
incredible.
good.
Very good, even at range. But you do remember that... and he uses ult. You have to question that ult usage. Only one
Ooh.
kill with such a powerful ult. This,
I
not
think
great. Not great
This
use
is
of the
this
ult.
is viable for the best play in the game.
I
We'll
don't know.
see. We'll see by going on, but this is on the list.
But the thing is, Eduardo, that was
He
only
kills
one
so many
kill.
people
That was
in-
only just then with that ult, it was one kill. What
Yeah.
I'm saying, I have to question the use of that ult. Obviously, Hureng incredible without the ultimate, but that ultimate wasn't used in the best way. And Hureng gets. That's what we should be seeing with that Roadhog. You
Yes.
hook, you shoot, you melee. That's a one shot for any of those 200 HP heroes. That is what Roadhog is designed to do. That's why people are so scared of Roadhog on FFA. That's why a lot of the time on FFA, Roadhog isn't allowed.
Again. He
Again,
doesn't manage to.
yeah, doesn't even shoot. He meleeed first. She meleeed first, which is an issue.
No,
Unlucky. But did ult on 100 health. You got to question that again. Well, are these players really thinking about when they're using their ults?
Yeah.
You don't want to be ulting when you're on 100 HP. Let's be real. I think that's why players like Hureng and Astra are able to really, really exploit that. But now if we look at the kill feed, Hureng is a whole 10 kills away from Astra, who's on second place. Astra, once again, on second. We have to point that out.
Astra is being consistent.
He is, definitely. But Hureng, once again, first place. Obviously, it's clear their mechanical aim with hit scan heroes,
He's
like Soldier and Tracer, that's where they excel. So we want to be seeing Hureng on those heroes. And Freshly Marta ulting knocks out Astra. Now the thing with the Genji dash, that Genji should not have died, but because of the way the Genji dash works, unfortunately went down. For those of you that don't know, Genji dash, it places you in your previous position as you dash. So if you're present for that 0.0 seconds that you're present in that previous location and you die, you get flown across the map with your dead body flying. We see a Doomfist.
Did we have a change by Concord?
And we have a Torbjorn, probably the most viable hero in the game. Torbjorn, best hero, truly. No, I'm being sarcastic. Torbjorn, if anything,
Winston is the best hero.
Winston is the best hero, conclusively. Best hero in the game. If anything needs a buff, give Winston Scatter Arrow. That's what I say. But we're watching Hureng, who has switched onto the McCree.
Going to start a petition for Scatter
Absolutely.
Arrows on Winston.
Let's get Winston Scatter Arrow. But we're now watching Hureng and Astra. We saw Astra has actually closed the gap between him and Hureng. Yeah, by
How
about,
many kills does he have?
We're looking at it now.
23.
29-23. It's closing that gap. Hureng perhaps struggling to deal with some of these more difficult heroes like that Junkrat. In that situation, you don't even want to challenge that Junkrat. Junkrat dominates in those closely contested areas, those choke points. You got to question whether that was a good move by Hureng. And we are seeing Torbjorn being fielded. Torbjorn's actual gun is just incredible. It's so good. It does so much damage, so much consistent damage. The reason why Torbjorn isn't considered so viable is that they don't have the mobility moves and the lasting power to stay on the map unless they're sat by their turret. Like
Astra
that,
gets another kill.
just like that, Torbjorn couldn't do anything in that situation. Astra ulting at 15 HP. What's going on? What are these players even thinking? What's going on? Astra, disappointing. We expected better from our second place hero. But we have to really question why Astra ulted with that little HP. Regardless, we have to also remember that the Genji ult in this game mode is extremely powerful. Once again, why did Astra use that ult there? We're seeing Mick Taylor here on the Reaper.
His ult is ready. Let's see how he uses it.
But remember, we haven't seen Mick Taylor on the Reaper before. We saw him on McCree.
Oh, yes.
So we have to, maybe he was just struggling to deal with the more damage-dealing heroes like Soldier.
He didn't even manage to use his ult, but maybe he was saving it.
Yeah, I mean, we really once again have to question some of these picks, but we are seeing heroes being changed more regularly, which is good. I want to see that. I want to see the people swapping heroes to challenge
situationally,
the people at the top of the ladder. We are seeing an ult by Mick Taylor with a kill on Astra and knocking out the Torb turret. Pretty good. Not bad. Concord with his ult.
Who is this even?
This is a Junkrat, so the Junkrat is good with high explosives and choke points. The ultimate is very good if they can use that in the right way. What they want to do, they want to be looking for a situation with two people in close proximity to then get a double kill if they can. Concord struggling there. Okay, here we go.
He's trying.
Concord needs to get that double kill to make the most use of that ult, really. One kill with the ult isn't great, and that was incredible. Goes up and around. That was a very good play by Concord. Obviously, I don't think we saw much of Concord in the last few maps. Even now, Concord isn't leading the pack in any way. But that was a good use of that ultimate.
Astra is second, but with a difference of 10 kills.
Yeah,
Hureng is still thrashing people.
Yeah, he really is. He's really just incredible use of his kit, that soldier kit, his use of his mechanical aim, but as well as his use of his rockets.
This is a good double kill.
Astra's doing well once again, but Hureng is still 10 points ahead. We're hearing a Molten Core somewhere on the map.
I think we're close to the end of this match.
We are, 20 seconds, and a Molten Core Torbjorn. I don't think Feel has the mechanical aim to truly make the most of that Molten Core. We are seeing an incredible use of the flashbang by Pacifist. Hureng going down, but Astra and Hureng still first and second place. Hureng jumping off the map. What the?
Was it Hureng?
Hureng, what was going on? Still 9 kills ahead, but
he wins.
But a very silly drop. Now this is Mick Taylor.
Taylor gets the best player of the game.
Mick Taylor was a very good McCree in that second round, and I do think this is his Deadeye, if I'm correct. Yeah, that was a very good Deadeye.
Ooh.
That was a very good Deadeye. But we do see Mick Taylor swap heroes later on in the game. So something happened that made him swap. Obviously, we're looking at the feed there. Mick Taylor up there in third, doing very well. Threshley Martyr, we saw him do a lot better last round. Obviously, not at the same level as they were. we are just probing. The captains will be watching that feed. They will be choosing. Those their players for the 4v4. We are going to take a 10-minute break now to allow the captains to select their players, and we'll be back with a 4v4, which is the beginning of the two teams that will be taking the rest of the night to really duke it out on a lot of these other game modes. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
And see you later.
broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
I'm feeling so hollow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I'm living in shadow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I fell for fools gold. I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fools gold. I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fool's gold. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I did it all for love. Yes, I did it all for love. Oh, they say fools believe in it, so I guess I'm one of them. Oh, don't you know? I fell for fools gold. I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fools gold. I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fool's gold. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a lone wolf. I'm a creeping through the shadows and the corners of your mind. I go where the wind blows. I run but I don't hide. I hear the call of the wild, whispering the name. No, I can't be tamed. My heart belongs to the night. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a
Hello, welcome back.
The teams are in. Blue team. Blue team is called Better Than You. Hurang is the captain, as expected. Best player on the team. Best player on the
Best
map.
player overall.
Overall, absolutely. On Hurang's team, we also have Pacifist, Belen, and Mick. Big, strong team there. Solid team. I don't think that the other team's actually going to be able to compete with that, to be honest.
Where is Astra?
Astra is captain of the other team. So we do have this rivalry between traditional first and second place.
Which is good to see.
Yeah, it is. Astra with Feel, Thresh, and Concord on their team. And the red team is known as PG-13. We had no involvement with the names, so take it up with the players.
Yeah.
We are moving on to a 4v4 lockout elimination. So, lockout elimination being a elim style in which every time you have a victory, your hero that you are playing at that point gets locked out.
So you cannot win twice in a row with the same hero, even no matter how good you are.
Yeah, so this will really put players to the test. It's the first map or the first game mode with these two teams going up against each other.
Also, it's going to be to the best of 3, and let me take off my sweater because this is going to get hot.
Yep, I'm excited. I want to see Astra versus Hurang. That's all I want to see. Just over and over again. I want to see who wins in that 1v1.
Let's go.
We are seeing the traditionally support players actually getting to use their players. So people like Belen are going to be able to use their traditional heroes, which is good to see. Belen is a support main, so you can't expect them to take the same level of
I see
skill.
a Pharah.
We do see a Pharah. Hurang on
Hurang
Pharah.
is Pharah.
I
Ooh.
did have a conversation with
He's
Hurang
not
in that break.
Tracer.
Yeah, I had a conversation with Hurang in that break, telling them specifically, keep playing the heroes you're good at, and obviously they didn't consider my advice. Disgusting.
Why should they?
What do you mean, why should they? I know what's best. And we're seeing Hurang once
Look
again
at
getting
this.
a lot
Look
of hits
at
in.
this.
Really good hits in with that splash damage.
Oh.
And there goes the Lucio. There's the
First
healing
blood.
gone for PG-13. Just Feel left, who is asleep with an amazing sleep by Mick Taylor. I think Better Than You have got this round. Done. That was absolutely
This
by
is
Hurang.
pacifist, but
we
I
were wrong.
want to see more of that Pharah gameplay.
Well, we can't, because obviously that Pharah is now locked out for that map. Obviously, I was wrong.
Fair enough.
For once, Hurang was good on that Pharah. Good thing they didn't listen to me. That was brilliant. It's difficult to predict what the opposition is going in this. So there's less counters. You know, you can't predict what the other... Oh, wait, we don't have a lockout elimination. So it turns out Hurang is playing a Pharah again. My mistake,
Yes.
Hurang will be able to play the Pharah again. But we do see Thresh on the McCree that should allow Hurang to go down pretty quickly. But a Pharmacy is tough to knock out, Eduardo. Very
Yes.
difficult to knock out a Pharmacy. Astra on the Genji.
Okay.
Astra we've seen very good on the
Let's
Genji,
see.
very promising. But difficult to knock out a Pharah with a Genji. We are incredible
Whoa,
play.
he did it.
As I was saying it, there we go. Astra knocks out the Pharah. Now needs to knock out that Mercy to prevent the res. And there he goes.
Yes.
Astra completely carrying his team.
Obliterating
But gets
the
knocked out. I don't
adversaries.
think he had the support there. You have to, Astra was really doing a good job, really pushing his team. Got all the kills, pretty
Yes.
much. But once again, I don't think Astra was supported by his team effectively. Obviously,
Are we
Hurang,
going to see all the stats at the end of this
I
game?
do think we will, but Hurang at the moment, playing on their best hero, in our opinion, with the Tracer.
Yeah.
Now we're going to see, oh, there we go, a Winston. That's what we want to see.
Oh,
Bring
yeah.
back the Winston.
Does he have banana
Bring it.
skin on?
Does he have banana skin? That's a very important. He's got banana skin. It's
Yes.
done. Come on, PG-13. Let's do it. Come on.
Yes.
Banana skin. That's what we want to
Okay,
see.
auto
Here we
win.
go.
Insta win.
PG-13 has already won. We do have a Zarya on Better Than You and a Diva. Ooh, but
Let's
there's
see,
not
let's
much
see.
healing. And there goes Better Than You support. Gone. They're not going to get any healing for the rest of this round. And the Winston has just dived in, but
Okay,
Concord
this
is losing
Pharah.
health. Pharah, feel on the
Feel.
Pharah. That's the D-Mech, that's big.
I'm
that's
feeling
big.
the Pharah, yeah.
The Pharah, I think PG-13 have got this. Okay, the Diva's gone. So it's just Pastos and Hurang's on no health. Hurang cannot carry his team in this position. Pacifist is gone. Hurang on the other side of the map. What is Hurang doing? Completely leaving Pacifist to be isolated.
I think he's
and
looking
dead.
for health.
Well, look,
But is
what
there
can
any
Hurang
health
do?
around?
What can Hurang do here? 1 versus 4. If he gets the clutch, incredible. I don't know. I don't think he can do
I
it.
think he'll get at least 1 kill before dying, or 2.
I mean, he's 77% to the ult, but 62 down,
Oh,
62
he's
health.
waiting it out. Yeah.
It's not wise, though. Remember, if Hurang leaves enough time, it becomes a control point objective.
Yeah. And they need to get it.
It's done. Hurang can't do anything to compete against this many people.
No.
Doing a hell of a lot of damage, but
He's
can't do it by himself.
Trying hard, but...
There's the ult.
Oh my god! Well, honor to him.
I do think that banana skin was the reason why PG-13 won. If you want my humble opinion, banana skin is the ultimate skin. It gives Winston special powers.
You
That's
have a
my
point.
personal opinion. I am a strong believer in the banana skin. Now we're going to continue on to the next round. We are seeing Winston banana skin again, but we're also seeing a pharmacy buy better than you, pharmacies on both sides. Pharmacy very difficult to take out, even if you are a very good player. Really tough to take out. You do need a Widowmaker to knock out that Mercy, because
And
obviously
do
the
we
Mercy's
have a Widowmaker? No, we don't.
we don't have a Widowmaker, but Mick Taylor is on the Soldier. And the Mick Taylor,
And-
obviously traditionally a good McCree.
I
but
see a banana skin again.
we do have a banana skin, so Winston has special powers this map. And Mick Taylor challenging the Farah, but immediately gets healed by Astra.
Oh, Winston is trying hard.
We have Astra on the Mercy, which is strange considering his ability on Genji and other DPS.
Yes.
And there we go. See, the Threshley is being pocketed by the support, which is very, very, very good. That's the reason why the Winston's able to consistently be there in the fight. The Winston should be targeting that Mercy. Whenever the Mercy's on the ground, that Winston needs to be targeting it. Lucky that the Farah was able to knock out the Mercy.
Yeah.
I do think PG-13 were very lucky there. If you want my opinion, very, very lucky. I just feel that the positioning
we
was
felt the power of Winston, didn't
no,
we?
well, the reason is fundamentally that the banana skin is the reason why they won. I don't like banana skin being abused in this way. It shouldn't be used in situations like that, but what can you do?
We get what we get.
Right, back on the game, we have another banana skin, but we have a double tank
Okay.
on better than you. Once again, we have PG-13 with the
do we have
pharmacy.
support for these tanks?
We do. We have the Mercy being a support, Bellin being a support main, very good at what they do. I have to question what better than you think they're going to do with this pharmacy. What have they brought? They've got the Soldier to deal with the pharmacy,
Yes.
but Soldier's not effective enough, and you see the Diva
No.
go straight for the Farah
I think-
without considering the fact that the Mercy is still there. No point doing damage to the Farah if she's just going to get healed through it.
I think you can master the soldier, but at some point the character is just too basic to go on.
Perhaps. I think Soldier can
Oh,
be
we
very
see
good.
a
It's
double
about-
kill by Farah.
Yeah, this is the thing.
Damn.
You need to deal with that Farah. They need to have a Widow or a McCree or just 2 hit scans to deal with that Farah.
Yeah.
You could even have a Bastion or a Torbjorn, and if you had an Orisa shield in front of that, that Farah's going to have a
Field
really
just
hard
looks
time.
Oh, elimination.
Hurang
Field
does
is
a good job
down.
on knocking out that Farah. Here we go. So we're seeing Pharmacy
Oh.
down, but Hurang,
see-
can they beat a Banana Skin Winston and a Moira? I don't think so, but we are seeing an ult. This is
Did
big. This is
Winston-
big. This is big. All right. Oh, there we go. So
And I have a question. Did Winston ever die in these
I
last
don't
3
think
games?
they did. Winston didn't
Oh.
die. We are seeing the incredible banana skin right there.
Glorious.
But Hurang did very well on that Farah. We can see a dominant Farah Mercy strategy on this map.
Yes.
I don't know what better than you were thinking not having a counter to that pharmacy.
And-
Also, we have to admit that Hurang didn't play as well as we know them to play.
Have you noticed the best play happened just after you said Farah is not good?
Yeah. Look, I make mistakes. It's rare, but I make mistakes.
Nice.
It's clear that if we look at all the data, Winston Banana Skin is the reason why PG-13 won. You can say
And
that.
we have a
conclusively.
lot of data, as you can see.
Yeah. Tons of data. I think we have a lot of plain pieces of paper here, which clearly outline why Banana Skin is the best skin.
Yeah.
Now, if we consider that map is very open. It is good
Okay.
for pharmacy.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we're going to be moving on to a different map that has maybe a different dynamic. I want to see some Widowmaker. Thresh is very good on the Widowmaker.
I want to
being
see
a
some more
Widowmaker.
Tracer.
We want to see more Tracer, but Thresh is a Widow main. We have seen some good things from Thresh in the past, so I'm keen to see some of that in play. Thresh didn't go Widowmaker at all, which is really silly considering Widowmaker counters Pharmacy so effectively.
Yes, totally. After the first time, I think he should have just switched.
I mean, there was very little use of static strategies. There was no Orisa, there was no
Okay.
Torbjorn Bastion, which is very easy to kill a Pharmacy with. I mean, if you're losing 4-1, was it? 4-2? Why
Yes.
wouldn't you try a tactic like that?
Yes.
Right, which map? Which map do we want to see?
Me? I think I'll let you choose because I don't even know the names of the
I
map.
wanna
But I
see-
know there's a map which is some kind of futuristic London, isn't there?
King's Row. Yes, let's see
King's
some
Row.
King's Row.
Okay, let's see
King's
some
Row is a
King's-
perfect pip. No King's Row.
No,
We're
but
not allowed to
later.
have King's Row. Why?
Then
All
why
right.
should we choose?
All right, control
Oh,
maps. All
okay.
right, so what control
Control
maps? do we
maps.
want?
I don't have control over that.
Can we have Ilios? Ilios Well.
Ilios, fair enough.
Ilios Well. Let's do Ilios Well. I want to see some Roadhog hooks into the well. Best map in the game for Roadhog. But also, it is another Pharmacy map. I know I've just said that I wanted to see something different, but it is a Pharmacy map. There are a few spots for Widow, but fundamentally
Okay.
it is a Pharmacy and a McCree map.
Let's see if they will choose pharmacy.
McCree can still
I
knock
hope
out
they
far.
switch to something because I mean it's going to be monotonous that way.
We'll see a different map. We should be all right. Let's get back onto these teams.
Yeah.
I was very impressed with some of the play by some of these players. I was surprised to see Astra on the Mercy. Very surprised. I'm really questioning that pick there.
DPS turning
Especially
into a
since Astra
support
is the captain.
like that.
Why is Astra on the Mercy?
I
We
think-
saw them incredible play by the Genji. All right, well, we'll see what happens on Ilios Well. We're going into the map now. Hopefully we will see some more of these players working together. Well, there was very little teamwork. I mean, apart from the Winston and the
pharmacy,
Mercy,
yeah.
and the Farah and the Mercy, that was all we saw. So there's very little teamwork going on. Hopefully these teams are starting to build up
Was
some
just
kind of synergy.
Banana Winston dominating, yeah.
Well, I mean, you'd expect Winston to destroy everyone if he's got the banana skin
Okay,
on.
I see
That's-
the loading screen right now.
All right, so we're in. We are
we
seeing.
are in.
We are seeing Feel on the Brigitte, which is a solid pick.
We are seeing Horang
But-
as Tracer.
PG-13 have no tank, which is a risky strategy, I guess. I mean, with double support, you might be able to heal through that. Hurang on the Tracer and Astra on the Genji. Very, very traditional style.
Let's see.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Lucio able to wall climb. Obviously, Lucio good on this map to boop into the well. Hurang getting a couple of picks here and there. Some
Okay.
chip damage with Bellin Bearded able to utilize that Diva. Obviously, you need a tank to take those hits, and that's what Bellin is doing. The Brigitte getting in close there. Remember, Brigitte heals every time she does damage, and there
she?
knocks out the Diva. That is big. Better than you've gone. Better than you've gone. That Brigitte able to just almost completely
playing
clear up
as Brigitte?
with
Feel.
Astra at the end, knocking
Feel.
out their rival Hurang right at the end. Tracer versus Genji, 1-0 Astra on this map.
There is Phil is playing as Brigitte. Oh, he was actually now he's Farah.
Feel
I
now
think.
back onto the pharmacy.
Oh, we have a pharmacy. Yeah.
We have a pharmacy. Obviously, PG-13 know that that composition works. It worked for them last map. It'll work for them again this map.
And we have Winston.
No, we don't have a
No,
Winston.
he
What's
just
going on?
switched.
PG-13, you're not going to win if you don't have a Winston. Fundamentally,
So-
Hurang on the McCree. Okay, let's be honest. We got Pacifist on the Roadhog, which is good.
Okay.
Good on this
We
map.
are seeing the pharmacy first person.
We are
Okay.
seeing Feel on the Pharmacy. This is good. This is good. We are seeing a decent amount of splash damage coming in, probably being healed by the supports on Better Than You.
Yeah.
But does Better Than You have anything to counter this Pharmacy?
What
They
is
have a
this
McCree.
Farah waiting for?
Obviously waiting for the flank. This is what Field's doing.
Okay,
She's trying to,
okay.
because now what's happened, Better Than You is all loaded into that lighthouse.
Okay.
So it's very difficult for Farah to get a good hit on. They're trying to bait them in. But Farah has splash damage. So getting into a small enclosed area like that only helps the Pharah. Obviously, it's clear that Bettany was trying to out-heal the Pharah, just allowing Pharah to build up her ult. Threshly almost going down there, but manages to get through Astra's support.
We have some Diva.
Threshly
by
doing well. We've got Hurang with the ultimate. If Hurang can knock out the pharmacy with that ultimate, oh no, poor use of ultimate. Threshly gets Hurang as they're ulting with the Diva ult. That's, in my opinion, better than you almost done. They've got a Roadhog on the map. If this Roadhog, okay, that's big, that's huge. Astra's down, that's very big, considering now Threshy's on no health, Concord's about to go down.
Ultimate.
I was wrong, once again, better than you going through, in my opinion. That's it, there we go, confirmed. Threshly got no mech, but is on the high ground. The only way that they can really compete with that is with bearded.
Oh, come on, they have
Barb,
a tank.
sorry, Bell and
they
Barb
have
was
three
to
against one,
climb up
so
there. No, but this is the situation at this point. Unless Threshly can get their mech back. Oh wait, so why did Belen use the ult there? That was a bit silly.
Honor
there we
to
go,
him,
done.
but
Roadhog dominates on that
this
map,
looks like
as I've
300.
said. I've been wrong so many times already today. Don't listen to what I say. I've been wrong. Every time I said they're out the game, they stay in the game. Don't listen to me. I'm rubbish. I'm not going to talk anymore. I give up. Right, we're back onto it.
Yeah.
Anna. I love
4
Anna.
seconds.
Anna's back. Mick Taylor on the Anna. We saw Anna very effective on that last map. Mick Taylor got to sleep on the Genji on Astra and knocked him out of the game.
PG-13 are using the same setup as before?
Yes, because I guess PG-13 has worked for them in the past.
Yeah.
I don't know why they have a Mercy and a Moira. I think that's a bit much. They lack... well, they could just
what
have another
about
damage.
Moira? I think I don't know what is about Moira.
So Moira is relatively high damage, but a lot of healing.
Okay.
But she doesn't have that same mobility as Mercy, vertical mobility as Mercy Pharah. She can't get to those high points. So you got to question that role there. I mean, fundamentally, if the Diva, Pharah, and Mercy on the other side of the map, the Moira can't keep up with them. All right, so we have a teleporter. And Hurang knocking out that Diva. See, this is it. Threshly goes in by themselves and just allows themselves to get knocked out. They went in by themselves without the support of their team. Once again, you question the synergy of PG-13. That was very bad. The fact that Threshly went in by themselves and Concord took the hit for that. Without a mech as well, Threshly goes down quickly to Pacifist and Astra reses Concord. I don't think that's enough though. I really don't. Hurang's down, but it was only generally speaking, like Symmetra is a DPS. It's not a huge pick. You still have enough damage on the field through Bell and Barbed and Pacifist. Feel is in the game still, and the only person that can really challenge Feel at this point is Mick Taylor with the Ana. And Pacifist, directly countered by Feel in the Pharah, goes down quickly. Belen can try and knock out the Pharah, but Astra is still on the field. I do think Astra rezzed Concord earlier in the game, allowing them to continue the fight, and that res showing once again how valuable Mercy is in this meta. Still, that res really brought PG-13 back into the game. Better Than You just doesn't have... I mean, obviously, Threshly also was rezzed after that terrible, terrible push earlier, but the fact that the Mercy was able to get those reses in really pushed PG-13 ahead. Better Than You doesn't have that synergy, and they're not thinking about the pharmacy. They just don't have... Mick Taylor, we know to be a good McCree. You know, we know they're a good McCree. Threshly is a good sniper. Then I don't think they're picking the people that they're best at. Hurang now going on to the Pharah. We've got a pharmacy again.
Yeah.
Once
we
again,
have a pharmacy, but on the other side.
On the other side, Astra
and
on
we have
the
a
Reaper.
Winston.
And we have
Look
a Winston,
out.
but it's not the banana skin, so Winston doesn't have his special powers.
I don't approve
Unfortunate,
that.
really.
I don't approve that.
Just to clarify, Winston doesn't actually have special powers, but we believe that he has special powers, and it's all about belief. Now, we're looking at Feel on the Winston. Feel not played Winston up until this point today. Threshly instead now on the support. Obviously,
we
Threshly
might
good
find
with
out
snipers.
that Winston is actually a good character for him.
Oh, we've got two
Or we
Winstons.
might
We've got
not.
two Winstons. All right, this is good. Pacifist on the
Oh.
Winston, obviously not got the good skin on, but you know neither team have the goods. And there we go. Hurang knocks out Field. That's why Pharah is so good in those situations, especially in those close quarter alleyways. That splash damage is really strong. We do see a Zenyatta on Concord, but they have nothing to really counter the Pharah as effectively as something like a McCree or a Widow. Threshly gets a good biotic grenade on the Pharah, but the fact that Pacifist was right there meant that they weren't able to exploit that.
Hurang
And Mick
is just
Taylor on
getting-
11 health knocks out Astra. Better than you playing very well already.
Hurang is just getting kill after kill in this match.
I
Actually,
think a
in
good
the last
observation
match.
to make is that Pharmacy seems very dominant in both of these teams.
Yes.
Whoever has a Pharmacy or the better Pharmacy seems to win. Not great, especially since that you can't... Okay, we got Hurang on the Widow. That is good against the Pharmacy, and PG-13 don't have their Pharmacy up. So
it is arguable that the Widow is not as effective as before.
Widow
there's
is
nothing to
still
counter
very
now.
effective, definitely. The only issue now is that the Winston is able to dive the Widow and the Zen. If that Reinhardt pushes too far ahead of their team, which they seem to be doing... Oh, nope, they're waiting.
No.
Alright, so the fact that Brigitte is on better than you should scare away a Winston dive.
Yes.
That should scare away and prevent a Winston dive. But remember, you need to stick as a team. If better than you don't stick as a team and split, Winston will just take out those squishy supports to the back line. Winston's main target here should be the Zen and the Widow. So they should just be probing now, waiting for one of these tanks or Brigitte to move too far away from their team to then exploit that opening. So we are now seeing this sort of slow stalemate as these two teams try and jockey each other. And there we
Some
go, a
kind
Winston
of
dive.
trench warfare.
Winston dive moving in. Right, now that Winston dive, how
Ooh.
effective was that considering the fact...
4
Okay,
eliminations.
we have 3 eliminations by Astra. That was very, very good. The fact is, Winston dived in the bubble. I was questioning whether it was actually effective, but the fact that the whole team dived with
It
him,
worked, and look at the skin.
and they have, that's why the banana skin, of course. Astra, that was incredible by Astra there, exploiting that Winston dive. We can see it here. It was a planned ambush as the Winston dives, taking the attention away from the rest of the team, allowing Astra to get behind them and knock out the key players being Zenyatta, Reinhardt and Brigitte. That was really good team coordination, something we haven't seen up until now, and it's something that better than you don't have. They don't have that sort of team synergy. They had at the end, the fact that they were staying close together showed that, hey, look, you know,
But at
they
the,
have something.
at the end, staying close together actually tricked them into being killed altogether. Yeah.
It did. I mean, Reaper, you need to knock out that Reaper, and Hurang was on the Widowmaker.
Yeah.
Widowmaker should have knocked out that Reaper.
Yeah.
Especially
yeah.
since also you have to remember, Winston's bubble doesn't last as long as a Reinhardt shield. So
Totally.
Hurang didn't get those early picks that should have pushed them into the advantage.
They could have played it better. But I was told right now that we're done with the 4v4 elimination matches.
Yep, that is
And
1-0
Yeah.
to PG-13. 2-0, sorry, but they have won that round. They've won that lockout elimination overall. So, Better Than You and PG-13 will be moving on into a 6v6 after a short break, if I'm correct.
And we have in 4v4 deathmatch.
We are having a 4v4 deathmatch, are we not? We're
Yeah.
having a 4v4 deathmatch. This just in. 4v4 deathmatch coming up. Same teams, slightly different.
Yes.
The fact is they can respawn.
It's going to last a bit longer.
It's going to last a bit longer. We're going to have a bit more. We're going to do it now. All right, we're going straight into the 4v4 deathmatch.
Yes.
There we go. 4v4 deathmatch. We're going straight in. This is great. I'm looking forward to it. I am going to be questioning the skin choices of these teams. It's very important. It's clear that there's a positive correlation between Winston Banana Skin and wins. So,
You are
we need a
not
Winston
going to
Banana
talk
Skin.
about the choice of skins. You're going to talk about banana skin.
Winston
Come on.
and Banana Skin is all you need. It's all you need. Winston and Banana Skin. Genuinely. All right? Once you've been to the ranks I've been, which is low plat, Winston Banana Skin. Genuinely. Anyway, let's get straight
Let's
into the
do
game.
this.
I'm looking forward to seeing Hurang and Threshley especially
Yes.
on this 4v4 deathmatch. It should allow them to utilize their Widow skills, hopefully. I'm still skeptical about the way that Better Than You are playing. They don't have that team synergy, and 4v4, thankfully for them, you don't need as much synergy as you do for 4v4 lockout elimination. You don't need
Hopefully
that same
they'll
team
have
play.
some kind of team meeting in this very short break.
Yeah, let's hope.
But you make the best of your time. The
Well,
most.
they need to stay together more, not rush in by themselves, and a lot of the time they need to communicate.
Yeah.
That last match, What were they planning? When it was the Reinhardt and the supports and the Winston and the supports, what was better than you's plan? Because they didn't seem to have anything planned. They were
I
just
think
sat
they
there.
were just playing defensively, but as
They
I
had
told
no
you,
plan.
it tricked them because they were not expecting such an aggressive Winston.
We also have
Bam!
to credit the supports of PG-13 because they were so able to keep that Winston alive.
Yes.
The Winston did take a lot of damage. It's surprising that the Brigitte didn't knock out the Winston, and that is because the supports were so good. So are we moving on to a 4v4 deathmatch? Okay, we're having a player change. What's the player
Okay.
change? All right, so
Who's
blue
going
team, blue team is having a player change. So we are just going to wait for that player change to occur. We are not sure. We haven't received word of the exact player that is being changed.
We are
Hurang being
curious
the
to see
captain.
who is coming in.
Right, you'll have to bear with us. We're not 100% sure yet either.
Any news?
Pun? All right, our observer's
Okay.
gone. He's gone. Bye. All right, so
Bye.
everyone's changing. What's going on? Looks
Oh, we
we're
have a
all-
new one.
we're all
Welcome.
expendable. I'm gonna go soon. Don't take me. Oh, we need some better team names, by the way. These team names are rubbish. Can we swap these team names? Come on.
Oh,
Astra, especially. What the? Come on.
Maybe if you ask for a change,
Lack
you're going
of
to get
talent,
even
lack
worse
of
team
talent.
names. So
I
please
mean-
don't risk it.
Absolute lack. Okay, we're going into the game now. I think we've had the team swap. Have we had the team swap? We've not
Nope.
had the team swap. All right, we're still waiting. But hopefully we can see better than you take a win
Yeah.
overall. If they can win the 4v4, that'll prove that they have better mechanics. Because I think 4v4 is more about
I mean,
base mechanics.
They are better than you, but we need to see if they are better than PG-13.
They're not better than me.
After
What you want about? I'm the best player. Oh, within reason. I do think I could do better than some of the players who are better than you. Maybe I'm pushing it there, but
They're surely
um,
better than me, as I have never played.
well,
But fair enough.
I think that is a fair judgment. Are we moving into the game now? All right, I think we
We
might.
really can't wait.
All right, well, we don't know what's going on, so we're just going to continue discussing
Yeah.
whether Hurang and Astra. We have seen their 1v1,
Yes.
where it was Hurang versus Astra with Tracer and the Genji, their sort of signature heroes. And we
Yes.
did see Astra take the victory there with a dash, killing Hurang. Very good, that was good.
Totally.
But in this kind of situation, in a 4v4 deathmatch, there's a lot more chaos. A lot more chaos. People
A
all over
lot.
the place. And we saw
Over
on
the
the
place
free-for-all.
and people respawning this
Yeah.
time.
Well, we saw on the free-for-all, Hurang was really, really good at utilizing that chaos to lead. Remember, Hurang
Yeah.
was like 10.
Hurang was dancing in the middle of the
Absolutely.
chaos. I know.
Hurang 10 kills ahead on those FFAs. So obviously very, very good in that
I
sort
can
of...
actually say it was difficult to watch when he was using Tracer. I cannot understand how he keeps that focus in those situations, but the way that he can do it, the fact that he can do it is so impressive.
Yeah, well, you have to remember, a lot of these players, they are part of the Imperial College London's eSports team. Some of these players are competing in some of these national university level eSports contests. So because of that, we are seeing some of these incredibly good players taking part in some of these fights. I do think Hurang is one of the best on the field, if you want me to be honest. Astra as well has shown some good play, but we have to talk about Threshley on the Winston at that point, and especially on that on Ilios. Ilios Threshley was doing very, very well on the Winston and on was it Rialto we played before that?
No, it was not Rialto. It
On the
was-
first map, Threshley did very well with a banana skin Winston. Genuinely, banana skin banter aside, did very, very well utilizing the Winston to pick apart the enemy. Still not got the same synergy as I would expect for a university esports level team. But remember, the captains just pick these players based on the FFA. So these are new teams. The synergy isn't there yet.
But he will build it.
They're building it up. Hopefully by the end of the night, where we have the 6v6 competitive, that's when we're going to see a lot of this team play.
It's
Each
going to
team
be the
does
big
have
event.
a few teams on reserve. We have to remember that. They do have their reserve players, which is where the switch is coming in. And that's when we're going to see the 6v6 play, the full team rosters coming in. So, just to confirm with some of the staff here, are we going to be moving on to the next map now? Very soon.
By the
We're gonna be
way,
moving
we
on
have
soon.
something else to say.
We've had a team name. Oh, better than you changed the name. But okay, what's
Oh,
better than you now called? Losers.
Oh,
Rude.
lewd losers. That's encouraging, isn't it?
Lude losers. Is that based on the player called Lude? Yes. Alright, so there is a player called Lude, and they've changed their name to Lude Losers.
Okay.
Alright, we want to see a name changed by the red team, PG-13, because that's just a pretty bad name.
Yeah,
let's be
actually,
honest.
I would have
expected better.
kept better than you, brother.
I think better than you did that. Anyway, so Lude Losers. Lude is a very good player. I have personally seen Lude play. Lude is a very, very, very good player, if I've got the right person. So I believe I've seen them play Widow.
I see that we actually have the new player
Yeah,
inside
so
the
Lude
lobby.
will be promising and will be moving on to the blue team, meaning that I think blue team does have that extra boost. Lude is very good. I do believe that they are in the Imperial College London eSports team. I think. Don't quote me on that. I think they are. Either way, I'm
We have
expecting
to
a lot.
say we are now from ICL.
Oh yeah, we're not even from Imperial. What's going on? Like they've got UCL coming and doing this for them. Let's not even talk about that, all right? That logo you see is
We
wrong,
are
it's
from
all-
UCL, but that's what friends are for,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Imperial College, remember this, all right? When we when we need a hand, help us out. But beside the point, I'm expecting big things from Lude. I'm expecting big things from Hureng, and I'm expecting once again big things from
I
Astra.
see a loading screen.
So we are moving into the map now. SA. Oh, SA. So Lude has now changed his name to SA.
So
who knows
SA
why?
losers, lewd losers.
All right, essays. There we go.
This
so
is
that
Black
is Lude.
Forest.
Lude is essays. We've got Mick Taylor on the Ana again. We have seen good things from the Ana there. Astra on the traditional Genji. Hureng on the Mei, which is controversial. Pacifist on the Zen. That's good. Feel on the... We've seen a lot of feel on Brigitte. A lot of feel on Brigitte. And essays on the
I see a
Hanzo.
Zenyatta, pacifist as Zenyatta,
Zenyatta, extremely
which
good.
is
if you're good at it.
actually thematic because he's
Essays
a pacifist.
low health and still challenging. There we go. Big hit on Astra.
Ooh.
Big hit. Remember, a lot of damage coming in from a body shot with a Hanzo arrow. This is good. They're still
Where is
jockeying though.
Hurang
And there
is
we go.
Tracer.
Threshly Martyr God. There we go. Essay
Yes.
double kill. There
Yeah.
we're seeing it. Essays 2 kills to
Oh.
the Stormbow. Astra down. Hureng knocks out Concord and Essays finishing off Feel. We can see clearly Essays really is bringing a whole new energy to Lude Losers, the new name. We are seeing Pacifist on the Zen. Not enough Discord orbs, if you want me to be honest. Not enough there. But with 2 people down, 3 people down, PG-13 have lost this round. I think I can say that without going wrong.
I
And there
like
we
this
go.
play. We're back to Hurang.
That team fight was done. Right, remember 4v4 eliminations, they can respawn.
Yes.
So that team fight was a victory by Lude Losers. We are seeing a 9-4. Oh, now
Ultimate.
this is big.
There was
Threshly's
an
utilizing
ultimate.
the Winston banana skin. This is a big, big change. But once again, Essays... See, Essays in that situation should have backed off. With 20 health, you can't challenge a Winston. Winston, in this
Ooh.
situation, can utilize the chaos between the 2 Hanzos on Lude Losers and the Ana. Lude Losers are directly countered by the Winston in this sort of situation because they don't have the necessary mobility, or maybe Hanzo can get out of those situations and may be able to do enough damage, but they don't have that tank or a Brigitte to really challenge the Winston if the Winston dives.
For
All right,
now,
we're going back onto Pacifist.
for now the
Pacifist
score
does have
is
us-
10 to 10 for what I see. Am I
Ah,
right?
perfect. That's what you want to be doing.
That was
as
an
soon as that
ultimate.
Genji ults, you want to use your transcendence to negate that.
What did
but
he
Threshly
do?
knocks him off with a primal rage.
Oh.
That
see,
allows PG-13 to move into the lead. Hureng with his Hanzo... wow, brilliant headshot by
Yes.
Concord. Remember, Hanzo... one shot with a headshot, a bit like Widowmaker.
Yeah.
Essa is utilizing the Stormbow. Concord just respawned into another Hanzo. Unlucky play. Brigitte, very low health. That field goes down to a
Ooh.
punch by Essays, but Astra finishes off Essays with a dash. That's a good dash reset, allowing Astra to use that dash again in the next fight. Pacifist down.
Oh.
It is chaotic, as we said it would be. Hurang is meant to do well in this situation. We
We
don't know why
Farah
Hurang is
right
using...
now. Essays has switched to Farah.
Essays has switched to Farah. Farah is a good pick in this situation because
He's
of the
hovering
lack of...
over the cliff and he dies. Yeah, fair enough.
This is good. This is good play.
This
I'm
is a bombardment over a shield.
Pacifist.
He eliminates Concord.
Threshley once again on the Winston.
Essays always risk to fall off the cliff. I don't know why he's hovering over nothing actually.
Mick Taylor just trying to keep his Farah alive.
Yes.
Not very easy as a Ana because you have to aim directly. Probably better
Yes.
for a Mercy to do that. Pacifist still on the Farah. I don't think either team have an effective counter
Pacifist
to their
trying
Farahs.
to kill Astra at all costs.
We want to see a Widowmaker here. Give us a Widowmaker. Knock out these Farahs. Come on. There we go. Direct
Ooh,
hit.
yeah.
Well done. Field gone.
Another Farah? No, it's still Pacifist.
Farah once
Farah
again
eliminated
dominating.
by Farah.
Farah.
Zenyatta, Pacifist again as Zenyatta.
We got a Primal Rage.
Okay. Ooh,
Remember,
we have a Winston.
This game is almost
Rampage.
finished with PG-13 once again leading. And there we go. PG-13 takes the win.
Wins.
Unsurprising, but it was close. We have to admit. There we go.
Yes.
Banana Skin, maybe the reason why they won.
Of course. Why do you
Yeah,
say
there
maybe?
we go. That's it. That shows it. Winston does dominate.
I
Now,
think it
is this
was
what-
an ultimate play.
See, this is the thing. When you have an Ana on the ground
Yes, ultimate.
by themselves, they are easily, just like that Zen. The Zen doesn't have
Knocking
any
down
support.
Pacifist.
But there's no support there. That's why I don't think losers were really thinking. They had no one really covering their squishy targets.
Yes.
The Farah and the Winston are just so easily able to knock out these squishy targets if they don't have any protection. Their focus on heroes like Hanzo and Farah lost them that match. Why is Hurang on the Hanzo when we know that they're best at that Tracer? Or
Yeah.
just Widow? Why didn't we see a Widowmaker to
I'm
knock out the Farahs?
striving to see some more Tracer right now. And like I was teased during this match because I saw some Tracer at the beginning and I was like, yes, let's see more. And then he switched.
I don't think there's enough synergy or even like strategic thinking by losers. They're just not thinking clearly. They're not having a tank. They had no tank, I don't think, through that most of that. No tank, and it showed. Winston so easily able to just push through. Remember, he's got 500 HP with a lot of armor as well. He could just push through a lot of the squishy DPS. Pardon? All right, so we're gonna have a 10-minute
Yes.
break.
And then
Right
we're
now,
going to
and
go.
then we're going to move on to the 6v6, which is the sort of final event of this Overwatch sort of schedule that we have today. That brings both teams with their full rosters, 6 versus 6, in a competitive style game mode. Both teams on attack and defense, and hopefully we will see more synergy there. We will see the 2-2-2, hopefully, by all the teams, and hopefully they'll be playing properly.
Yes.
I do still think that
I
the
hope
losers
they
are playing
use
well.
well the time while they have a break now to speak to each other.
They should use this time to really communicate effectively, to set out some plans,
Totally.
especially losers who, in my opinion, are better mechanically. They have the mechanics, they're just not there as a team.
Yeah.
They just don't have why didn't they have a tank to deal with the Winston? They didn't even pick a Brigitte. It's such a simple thing if you want the win. Pun? Okay, so turns out there was technical problems in which one of the PCs that was being used by players had no audio. That's why they had no team play, because they couldn't talk, which is unfortunate.
Yes.
Unfortunate.
To say
I
the
think
least. Yeah.
we can give benefit to the doubt. We might just cross out that map, as in that 4v4, in the
Yes.
overall lead. So we still give PG-13 1-0 overall.
Yes.
We won't include that map because there were technical problems. So 1-0 PG-13. If losers can win this next map, we can see a draw. I don't know if we're going to do a tiebreaker at the end. We might do. We're going to also try and get some interviews with some of these players. Obviously, like I said, they are Imperial
Which
College players. They
we
have
will try
played in
to
the
do, yeah.
university level esports. So if we can try and bring them on here, that might be quite fun, I think.
Yeah,
So we are going to go into
totally
a
agree.
10-minute break now. We'll see you then.
See you.
I'm on my own, broken alone. I feel the rain crashing down all around this empty town. I'm searching for the lost and found, but you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air like a blazing flare. Don't stare 'cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I give you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
I'm feeling so hollow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I'm living in shadow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fool's gold. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. And I did it all for love. Yes, I did it all for love. Oh, they say fools believe in it, so I guess I'm one of them.
And we're back with Astra from PG13. We're going to have a little bit of a conversation to see what he thinks is going well for his team. So Astra, to start off, the name PG13 needs to change, but overall, how do you think your team are playing?
Well, yeah, clearly we're playing really well. We didn't expect wins from the beginning. We knew that Hurang was on the other team, and he's quite a carry.
Can be.
But we do feel like the name, we feel like the name is the reason why we're winning. So
Well-
we're not gonna change that.
Obviously, that is wrong because the reason you're winning is because of your utilization of the banana skin. Let's be honest, banana skin carries you forward. But
Yeah.
on a serious note,
Okay.
that ambush that you had when it was Winston, your Winston with a Reaper, you played Reaper
Yeah.
yourself, and they had a Reinhardt Brigitte. That strategy, the dive by the Winston, and your ability just to sneak up behind the enemy team
Yeah.
and knock out 3 people straight away, that kind of synergy, that kind of team play is something that your opponents didn't have.
Yeah, I think we called the dive because we saw that they were starting to rotate when I went behind because they didn't want to get picked off, so they had to look at both sides. And it just so happened that Arana landed a very nice anti at the time, so it was
I think that was
effective. Yeah.
something, that kind of team play really puts you above Hureng's team. Obviously, Hureng himself
Yeah.
has been playing very well, but often Hureng's by himself.
Yeah.
He's always leaving himself
Yeah,
exposed.
and we always try to, if sometimes they sometimes play just let Hurang carry, or I'll just heal Hurang, so we just have to get one or the other. So
Also, we've seen you playing Mercy a lot of the time.
yeah.
And obviously, you being someone that we know to be solid on the mechanical skill, especially with DPS heroes like Genji and Reaper, we're wondering, why are you playing Mercy?
Well, sometimes it's just necessary. I mean, my teammates are effective on certain DPS heroes that I'm not, like Farah. So it's better if I can just support them.
Yeah, it's wise words. I mean, obviously, sometimes you need to fill. Sometimes you need to allow your teammates to do what they're best at, and that really shows something that your team have over your rivals. Your willingness
Yeah.
to compromise and to play as a team. So going into this 6v6, do you have any tactics in mind? Any ideas? Any plans that you want to talk about here? Remember, the opposition will not hear these plans, so it is pretty safe for you to reveal those plans now.
Yeah, if we had any solid plans, I would tell you, but we don't really know who are the 6 on our team, so we can't create a plan.
You're changing your roster now.
But we need to know who the other 2 are and what their strengths are before we can make a plan.
So maybe you're going to make it on the fly rather than have something
Yeah.
solid. All right. Well, I think that will wrap it up there for our
All right.
interview. Thank you for speaking with us, and we
Alright,
wish
thank
you
you.
luck on the 6v6.
All right, thank you.
We're going to go back onto a brief break, and we'll be back with the 6v6.
I'm searching for the lost and found. But you don't care, you're unaware. Keep moving like the scars aren't even there. It's in the air, like a blazing flare. Don't stare, cause the flames will burn us. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. I used to kiss your head when you cried for me. Hold your hand while the pain was over. Keep you warm by the roaring sea. You meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. My darling dear, you're never here. When I'm in pain, you hide and disappear. Like shadows in the atmosphere, charting the stratosphere. Yeah. I prayed for you and kept you near, in hopes you'd chase away my fears. I'm on my own, you made it so, and now I'm chasing nightmares too. I used to run with you through the great big leaves, laugh at you when you laugh at me. Hope for us because I believe the home was just you and me. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, you meant the world to me. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. Oh, I'm gonna do this on my own. No point in blaming you, you did not know. I thought you were the one for me. That's why I gave you everything. Held you close by the stormy seas. Oh, you meant the world to me.
I'm feeling so hollow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I'm living in shadow. Don't you know? Don't you know? I fell for fool's gold. I fell for fool's gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell And I did it all for love. Yes, I did it all for love. Oh, they say fools believe in it, so I guess I'm one of them. Oh, don't you know? I fell for fools gold. I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? I fell for fools gold. I fell for fools gold. What did I know? What did I know? You were fools gold. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. We're better off as strangers. Believe me when I say, loving me is loving danger. Your heart is bound to break. I walk alone in the night, beneath the pale moon. Loving's for the fools. Baby, beware of my bite. I'm alone, I'm alone, I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a creeping through the shadows and the corners of your mind. I go where the wind blows. I run.
And we're back.
Yeah, welcome back. We are about to start the 6v6, but before we do that, I'd like to reply to some of the things that were said in the chat. Someone asked what this is. Well, this is the Imperial College London and Republic of Gamers Summer LAN Showdown. This is just a set of matches by a couple of Imperial College London and some UCL players.
Yeah,
just
we have one for sure. Yeah,
yeah, one definite UCL player,
and
two UCL casters.
commentators.
Yeah, two UCL casters. The rest are Imperial College London players, and they're just playing. They've got their own team selected. It's been several rounds of Overwatch. We've had some, free for alls. We've had some 4v4 and lockout eliminations, just eliminations.
Yeah, elimination. Then we had deathmatch, and now we're having 6v6.
Yeah, we're about to have the 6v6. We've had two big pushes into the blue. Sorry, two substitutions. Two big players, big new players from Imperial College London in the blue team now. This could change the dynamic. Red, up until this point, has won every single stage. we are going to see, I think, a blue win streak here.
I hope.
Right. So
And
let's get
actually,
right into the lobby now
red
then.
has always win, so that's why they chose the first map this time, which is Hollywood, I think.
Yes, they did.
Hollywood, here we
Yeah.
go.
So red, because they won, they have chosen Hollywood to begin with. As we can see, Lude Losers does have Centricity and Dr. Pi. They are big new players. This should
Yes.
change Lude Losers' composition. They should start thinking more. They should start playing more as a team. Hopefully, PG-13 now actually has a challenging team against them. That's what we're hoping anyway. So, at this point, we are looking at a Widow duel. In my opinion, this is a solid Widow map if you're a good Widow player. If you can
Yes.
especially set up on that second floor of the first building, just there, the Babylon Hotel,
Totally.
that terrace is pretty good for a Widow.
You just have a lot of fences to take down before shooting, actually.
Yep,
Because
that
I
is
don't know
true.
why in this game fences actually prevent you from
You know,
sniping.
if only there was a hero that had a gun that had no real aim requirement that could knock out all fences really easily.
The anti-fence gun.
Winston, bring back Winston. All right, now
Yes, of
as you can see,
course.
both teams have selected Widowmakers. PG-13 on the attack with a Genji, but only two tanks. A Roadhog Zarya
I see
composition.
Anna in Looters.
We do see that. See, Lude Losers have chosen a known strategy of an Orisa Hog. PG-13, on the other hand, are using a Hog Zarya. They don't have that main tank. They don't have that shield that is so required. So you got to question what PG-13 are thinking here. Dr. Pi going for an early push, trying to get a pick as Lude Losers come out the door.
Okay, this skin for Widow almost looks like the banana skin.
It does. It does. Oh, and there's a headshot. That is a
Oh,
headshot. That's a big headshot, but didn't get the pick. So all that does is charge support ults if they're using the supports to heal it. It doesn't do
Okay,
much.
we're looking at the other Widowmaker.
Right, we've got a slow push here. Okay, a grapple. Okay, a grapple onto the pine tree.
Oh, he
Not
tried.
able to get a pick there. Not
He
able to
tried.
get a pick there. Feel is pushed up with that Mercy. Why is Feel so close? We got Hurang spamming that choke on the left side, and there's
And getting
Astra
an
gone.
elimination. Astra.
Astra gone. Hurang still spamming damage with the Junkrat. We see a 73% ult charge already. That is really, really high, especially for such a high-value ultimate. That is Junkrat's ultimate. Dr. Pi down as well by Lude Losers, though. That ain't great either. Sash down. See, this is the problem. They don't have that main tank on PG-13 to really push those chokes to protect their supports. In my opinion, that's why they're taking so much damage from Hurang, who now has his ultimate.
I see teams really sticking together now.
They are. They're definitely a lot more team play. Lude Losers
Yes.
is holding, and
There's
they are
a good
holding as
use
a
of
team.
shields by tanks, like this one, for example.
Yeah. A use of Orissa's shield with Hog on the left side. Remember, Orissa's right-click halt with the hook is a very powerful ability.
Yes.
Now, PG-13 are trying to go around the back, and we do have Astra on
Trying
the high
to
ground
quick
with the
scope
Roadhog.
almost anyone.
Now, Astra on the signature Genji, but
Yeah,
Hurang uses the ultimate and knocks out Field. That's a big pick. Remember, Field, their main support. The only support. No, sorry, correction. Moira, but no res.
We have
That means no
a couple
res.
eliminations by Kenji.
That's big.
Astra.
Astra knocking out Mick Taylor, the Ana of Lude Losers. And Astra does have his ult, but only 80 health. That
Third
was a
one.
good dash, knocking out Centricity.
Okay, I think he's ready to use his ult, but we won't see anymore
I
for
don't think Astra does have support. I think this is a PG-13 take. Can Lude Losers compete with that? Dr. Pi takes a hit from Concord. There's a res there. Yeah, I do think this is PG-13
Mercy,
take.
Mercy,
I
no.
don't... so there's a Roadhog there challenging. Roadhog has been nanoed. Lude Losers are trying to compete. Hurang using
Ultimate.
his ultimate.
I'm not really confident about this. Okay.
Oh, brilliant double kill.
Okay,
Well done
nice.
by Hurang. That was a brilliant double kill. That has allowed Lude Losers to retake that point. That's
Yes.
a double kill that allowed Orisa to move in and sit down on the point
Now I
whilst
understand.
PG-13 were recovering.
He made the wheel climb onto the wall to wait for the detonation. He didn't do it because he was doing something wrong.
That's very
He
true.
was waiting for the explosion at the
Now,
right time.
Astra still has his ultimate. We also have a Roadhog ultimate and 84% on the Graviton. Remember, if that Zarya used the Graviton, it can be paired with Astra's Genji,
Yes.
which is very strong. Lewd Losers, on the other hand, only have that Widowmaker's sight. That's all they've got in terms of their ultimates. It's strong, but it's not as strong as what PG-13 have. PG-13 have the ult
I
advantage.
see some nice explosions here.
Zarya is only 38 health, but now got the 250 health back. There's Astra's ultimate. And he's gone. Straight down by Hureng. Hureng dominating on this map. Really, really putting people down, doing a great job on that Junkrat. Threshly going down as well. To the Mercy. Battle Mercy in the game again. We've got the Graviton being used, but with no real follow-up because Astra used his ult completely randomly.
Is this a Banana Winston?
Threshly Banana Winston, but is it enough at this time? Hureng absolutely carrying, using his
Another
ultimate again. Ultimate
which
gone.
doesn't work.
But Hureng is still on the point, and Lewd Losers still have an advantage on the point. Could this be Lewd Losers' first win as a team? Banana Skin is there on the field, but there's no real team play to follow it. Just feels supporting. It just seems to be a trickle in by PG-13 here, allowing Lewd Losers basically just to take up those easy kills. They've just got Astra on point, who doesn't have an ult. Feel is there, just going to go down to Hureng, and yeah, that's it. PG-13 don't get anything more than 2 ticks.
First victory.
Not victory yet, though. We have to see
round
if Lewd
victory.
Losers.
Okay.
Now, this shouldn't be too difficult. Lewd Losers only need to get 2 ticks. Now, depending on what PG-13 pick on the defense, remember that lack of a main tank, in my opinion, is the reason why they couldn't effectively push that point. You need that main tank. They only swapped onto Winston very, very late in that. Not early enough for the main tank to really be used to push that point. Not only that, but the lack of synergy demonstrated by the fact that Astra used his ultimate without really pairing it with anyone. Remember, Astra's ultimate was immediately brought out and he went down straight away.
I didn't even have time to see he was doing it.
Now, we've seen PG-13 on the Bastion. Bastion Orisa can be very strong, obviously, denying entire areas because of the ability to basically just spray down anything there. Lewd Losers going for a very similar strategy as to what PG-13 did. Astra on the Zenyatta. Hureng on the Widow, which is promising.
We still have Mercy.
I'm looking forward to this. Obviously, PG-13 only needs to take 2 ticks.
Let's see.
Very promising. Hureng, I was very impressed with this Junkrat last round. That was very, very, very good. We're seeing a bit of Orisa there. How fun. Good emoting. Right, look at this. Hureng on the Widow. Let's see if we can get some good Widow plays here.
Yes, I think we will.
Now, what I think is going to happen, they're going to put down that double shield in that doorway, utilize their Bastion to spray down any opposition with the... okay, Astra
That's a shield.
Astra now changed on to... Oh, no, ignore me. Hureng is starting to challenge that high ground. That's a good position by Lewd Losers, by PG-13, sorry, on that high ground.
He's not missing one hit.
He is only hitting the shield, though. He's only doing shield damage. There we go. There's the Bastion really being utilized to... on those corners, on those flanks. But it wasn't enough. PG-13 losing so many people on that initial engagement. Hureng getting a headshot on the Mercy. Pacifist knocking out. This is it. PG-13 are all but gone at this point. Bastion down as well. This is it.
It was a nice takedown.
Easy. Lewd Losers just shows that once you have that team coordination, that synergy, which is what they needed. They didn't have that on the other rounds. They take the win here.
Yes.
Now, this is now 1-all. We have a 1-all play. Remember, PG-13 won the deathmatch and the elimination, and now Lewd Losers have won this.
Best play with Widowmaker.
It's a very... Oh,
nice.
That's not a Widowmaker kill, come on. That was a good kill, though.
Yes.
That was a brilliant headshot. Good flick. Impressive. Very impressive.
I like this one.
Now, if I'm correct in saying, we are moving on to Oasis. Yes?
We're jumping into the Oasis, if you've seen Ready Player One.
Control point, which is good. We've not seen a proper control point map.
Yes.
Very different play style. I'm looking at Brigitte. I'm looking at Lucio. That's what I want to see. Obviously, Junkrat can be very good on this kind of area sort of control point, but Farah is what I am almost certain should be played. Farah dominates
And
on
maybe
control point.
Mercy.
Well, Farah, you got to
be.
have a Mercy. You got to
Yeah.
have a Mercy with a Farah. So I do think we're going to see a Pharmacy being played. So, going on from that, Eduardo, what do you think went well for those two teams there? What did Losers change that allowed them
Of
to
course, it was the team play. They also switched to different characters in this game, but I think they did situational in order to be in some sort of harmony with the other characters in their team. So it's good. It's good that they actually got to talk, I think.
Yeah, well, remember, they did have two new players. Dr. Pi is in the team. Not only Dr. Pi, but they also have Centricity, I believe. Both new players. They do play at a university level eSports. They are very, very good players. And I think that is the change they needed. They needed those two big hitters to really change the dynamic of their team. And it shows. We see a change. We see a significant change in the way that they have been playing. Now, are we ready to move on to Oasis now? Right, we're good. We're
Yes,
going to be
let's
moving on to
go.
Oasis. So we can't wait to see what happens now. Remember, this is a tiebreaker. The winner of this takes the evening's games
Everything.
total.
It's all in now.
We are moving on to Oasis.
So I see a Brigitte.
Ah, there's
by
the Winston. There we
Pacifist.
go. I'm already sold. PG-13, gonna win.
Okay, I get what you mean. I see Feel with Brigitte, and Feel with Brigitte is not a joke.
No, Feel is very good with a Brigitte. We have seen that. And as said,
Astra.
Brigitte being used.
Look at Astra.
Now, I do think they need a Farah on this map. Winston Diva, that's standard dive composition.
Do
but
they have any support from Winston?
well, they have the Moira. I don't think Moira is as effective as a Mercy
Of course.
to keep up with the Winston. The Soldier is solid. Probably a Tracer would work better with the Genji.
Yes.
PG-13 has a decent composition. It could be better. If we look at Losers, they have a bit... Well, they have the Reinhardt, which is a solid. We know Hureng is very good on that Tracer. Diva can be used to peel, but once again, I don't see any real... Okay, we now have an Ana. I don't know. Personally, I don't see
We
any
have
particularly good
Hureng.
synergies.
Hureng as Tracer.
Obviously,
Let's
apart from the
be-
Reinhardt.
Let's be prepared for this.
Yeah, Reinhardt, Brigitte works very well together. But apart from that, I don't think they have the same synergy as PG-13 on a team comp level. Right, now we're looking at PG-13, who have already pushed onto point before Losers.
Yes.
Now, they do have a banana skin Winston. Dr. Pi with
Let's
the
see,
with
let's
the
see.
Doomfist, unable to get a pick with their first
No.
use of his combos, waiting
But
on
still gets an
the-
elimination.
Centricity
Brigitte
using...
eliminating everyone.
Yep, Centricity using that Reinhardt
Everyone,
hammer.
literally.
There we go. That was solid play by Centricity. Once again, showing that team composition, especially with the Brigitte and the Reinhardt at close range, was very good. They do have that synergy. I'm surprised PG-13 didn't utilize their superior mobility to perhaps target the Ana.
Yeah.
And we are seeing Hurang here poking on the flanks of the enemy. Now, the Centricity has pushed up a little bit, maybe a bit too far. Now, as you can see, the
Now we see
whole
Banana
of
Winston.
PG-13 are pushing in. But now Winston is in a tight spot. The jump has been used, and because he was inside
He's
of that
going
point, he couldn't jump
strong.
away. He needs to get away from that Brigitte. He is focusing the Diva. Remember, he should be using melees to finish off that Diva mech.
Yes.
Right, now the Diva mech gone.
He can do it, and he does it.
PG-13 takes the point. Solid push. We're seeing a bit more of a bit more synergy in the PG-13. I think they were taken aback a bit by
The
how
point
well
is
Losers
that
played last
they're
round.
a bit behind, so they need to keep the point for some time now.
Hurang now on the Hanzo, changing off the Tracer. They are pushing in. See how closely grouped the team are. The Brigitte knocks down the Reinhardt shield, but Hurang able to deliver a lot of damage with his Stormbow. Nano-ulted, Reinhardt allows the Losers to really push through the point because of the extra damage and reduced damage received. Centricity is split from his team, though. Really no use of him being there fighting over there with the Primal Raging Winston and Sash with the ult. I do think PG-13
was
can hold
eliminated.
this. No, they can't. Never mind. Whatever I say never happens. All right? Okay, fine. Losers takes the point. I quit.
I think Hurang figured out that there's a lot of grouping up in this game. So if he manages to use Hanzo's ultimate, it's going to be devastating at the right
Yeah, it
time,
really is.
obviously.
Both teams are grouping up a lot better. They are playing as teams. I do think Hurang here
Be
is
ready.
exposed.
Be ready for this.
See, that's the thing. Hurang
Look at
there
that.
could have
Look
targeted.
at that.
Right.
3 eliminations. He did.
I
was
don't
I
think PG-13 can come back from that. The waste of a D.Va ult, really, that shouldn't have been used there. Even to D-Mech, what was the point? You had no one there to support you. A bit of a waste of the D.Va ult by PG-13. They need to look at those exposed heroes. That Hanzo was completely by themselves. Could have been picked off by one of the Peel heroes, perhaps. That's just a suggestion. Obviously, I will never say that I'm better than these players. These players are very, very high and good at what they... Not high as in they're good at what they do. They're high levels.
What happened even? We might see another win, at least round win, by losers. Come on, 99%.
Cheeky bit of emoting by McCree, Dr. Pi. Yeah, I do think Lulus has taken that first point.
Yes. Nice. You see, Hurang used Hanzo's ultimate and then he switched back to Tracer. That was his objective, using Hanzo's ultimate.
Second point. If Lulus take this, they win the matches for this evening. Dr. Pi switching onto the Hanzo. So we're looking back at the team. There we go. That's what I expected to see. That is almost meta. The Reinhardt and the Zarya work incredibly well. Zarya and the Hanzo can be used to graviton with the Hanzo ult. Very, very strong. The Ana can be used to bio grenade a Zen ult if they were expecting a Zen ult from the PG-13.
We still have our two Brigittas.
We do, but we also have Hurang.
Tracer Hurang.
Yeah, but remember, Tracer gets countered by Brigitte, so perhaps we might see a swap here from Hurang.
Yes.
If they get challenged effectively.
What was that?
It's a Shimada showdown, and
Such
Dr. Pi takes the
accuracy.
win. Look at this. This is the thing with Hanzo now. It does so much consistent damage. Really did knock out that Winston there. That Sonic arrow was very useful. I had no idea where that Mei player was hiding. And now if we look at the ult economy, Lulus does have an Earth Shatter, almost having the Hanzo ult and the Pulse Bomb. Lulus does have the ult advantage here. There's the Earth Shatter.
I see
Lots of people down. Incredible play by Centricity. But isn't quite able to finish off the team that was knocked down. We do have a Mei on PG-13, very good at cutting off.
I don't want
enemies.
to see that.
Mick Taylor with the nano. I do think maybe Lulus are pushing up a bit too far. They should maybe push back a little bit, but there we do have a nanoed Zarya. Doesn't have the ultimate yet, but is very close. Look how effectively Centricity and the Zarya are working together. Very, very well.
Sash is eliminated.
And we do have Sash on a Zarya as well. We do have the Ryan Zarya compositions being played, but I don't think PG-13 have...
We have Tracer flanking the group. Okay. Hurang got a flank with Tracer and then retreated back.
So we do have a Graviton by the Zarya with an Earth Shatter on the Reinhardt. That is
PG-13 is trying to push desperately,
Graviton on both
but
sides.
they just don't manage to because these flankers are too good.
There, that's it. That Graviton knocking out the Reinhardt is very, very big.
10-player
I
kill
don't think they
streak.
can recover from that. That Mei ult does take down both the tanks. No, I do think PG-13 managed to recover that.
We're
use
going
of that
to see
Mei
an
ult.
end?
Hmm?
Overtime.
Yeah, because PG-13 were able to utilize the Mei ult to counter the Zarya. Oh, I've not seen that before personally. Losers does only have one ult, which is the Earth Shatter. So this is going to be where Threshly needs to watch out not to drop the shield. It's clear Centricity is waiting for that shield drop. If the Brigitte can knock down the shield of the Reinhardt, I think that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to knock down that Reinhardt shield to allow the Earth Shatter to be dropped. Unfortunate. That's a good ult. That's
losers
are
going to win.
Now, unable to follow up, though. Unable. There's a good work by that Zarya player. But still got no charge. 17 charge, not great, but the fact they were able to knock out a couple of people is pretty big. In comparison, Sash does have almost
This is a very
charge.
packed team fight.
Sash does have the Graviton almost. Does have a Graviton. I do think this would allow PG-13 to hold for a lot longer. But remember, I get things wrong a lot, so who knows?
They are not giving up. PG-13 is not giving up for any reason in this world. Even though their hopes to win are not too
That's
high.
a pulse bomb on Astra. That's pretty big. Hureng once again focusing Astra. That rivalry continuing. But Hureng does go down to an fire strike by the Reinhardt. We do have a Nano and a Reinhardt Earth Shatter, but the whole team gets caught up in a Graviton, but wasn't really followed up on. That means that Sash has used their ultimate.
What a comeback we're seeing.
That's a big Earth Shatter. That should allow Losers to take the point.
What an elimination.
We do see an Astra ult knocking down Mick Taylor. That Genji's still out there, but goes down to a Moira orb. Unfortunately.
99 to 99.
PG-13.
Overtime.
That's done. That's game. PG-13 almost had that
Oh my
map.
god.
Almost took it to the third round, but unfortunately, losers do take the win. And that means overall, that is a 2-1 to losers.
Yes, but
Centricity.
this match was great until the end.
We have to give it to Centricity, and the Zarya player on losers played incredibly well. I do think they were the main reason why they were able to take this win. The ability to work so well together using the Graviton, but also moving in between the shield and the open ground to get that Zarya charge really, really allowed losers to take that win. So it's clear, losers the better team. Those two changes, Dr. Pi and Centricity, in my opinion, is what gave them that win. Hureng, probably very happy about that, being the captain of losers. We have had quite a few good games. So
we need to say, no matter who won, it was great to watch, really.
It was. Now, unfortunately, if I'm correct in saying, that is the last of the Overwatch for today. That is the last of the Overwatch for today. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, League of Legends is going to be coming up next. I'm so sorry. We tried.
Are we going to play League of Legends?
Absolutely not. I am not taking part in League of Legends. We know which game is better. It's just okay. Right. Well, thank you for tuning in. 30-minute break. We're having a 30-minute break, and then we're having the show match of League of Legends. Thank you very much.